Hey, let me ask you a question. Just curious. Just curious. Hear me out. Do you do you know how beautiful you are? Serious. Do you know how nice you are? Do you know how strong you are? Do you know how kind you are? No. I was thinking, let me see. I made the two videos before and I'm like, okay, guys sound sad and depressed. No, I'm not depressed. There's a message behind that. But I want to ask yourself the question, really? Do you know how valuable you are? Seriously? Do you know how much work it took to make you and me? Do you really understand how much it takes just to take care of one child, one adult? Look at it. Look at it. You have pets. If you do or don't. Do you see how much it takes to take care of an animal, a cat? The little one there. I'm trying to repair the little edge trimmer there because I'm trying to cut the thick grass. It's too big. But here it is. Do you see what you can do with this? I wish I could put some videos in between to show people doing break dance moves and different things with their hand and articulating stuff and show how they can do these skills. Do you see how talented you are? Have you seen some of the landscape stuff you did? Let me ask you a question. Do you see some of the bridges you see built around the world? I mean, I see some in China, I see some in Australia, I see some in Canada. We all look at sometimes and say, well, my life is hard, everything is bad. We see how bad the things are in the world. But here, let's look at the good things too. Do you see how nice this guy designed the roof there? Look at the design, look at the scope. Do you see who put the shed together? Do you see how they put that together? We did that. I did with God's help. Do you see how majestic these trees are, how beautiful they are? Look at this spout here. The guys who did this, they put it together from molding from the back of the truck. They just kind of did it, aluminum come out like that. Look at the concrete here. This guy's built a house. Look at this stuff. Look at the texture. Look at your house. Look at your place. And look at the other side. There's like a rundown place there. Hey, you got electricity, right? Hey, got running water. Hey, it could be worse. Do you really see how valuable you are? Do you see how wonderful it is that we have things here? Place to stay, eyes to see. If unfortunately, say you may not have the vision. Do you see the other compensations you may have in your body? My eyes are closed. I can hear the sound. Suppose your ears don't work either. Can you feel things? Can you touch things? Do you notice that other senses get heightened and accentuated when this is there? You ever had this feeling? You walk into a room and you feel like something is there. And you look up and it's like there's a spider somewhere on the ground somewhere or something there. You ever had that feeling? I mean, just, maybe whatever you may call it in your country, right? But the ones that's really big, that's on TV, they're big. So I'm like, you notice that one. I see some other ones that jump and run around the place. See them on YouTube, TikTok videos. But I mean, literally, think about it, right? And it's kind of hard to think of good things, right? Because there's so many bad things. Give me a minute. There's so many bad things that I can just name them. I can just get them ready. But when you think of good things, I actually have to kind of pause and say, and maybe that's a fault of my own. What good things you have? I have grass. I like to see grass because it makes me feel hungry, actually. Maybe it's because I'm vegan, right? Yeah, maybe, could be. But I have plants. I have a home by the grace of God. This is just my perspective, right? But I have furniture given to me by neighbors and water and stuff with it. I have a livelihood. I have talents. I have skills. I have ability. I have life in me. I have breath. I mean, I have aches and pains and joints and stuff every now and then. But overall, I still work. But what about people who may be suffering right now? I mean, it's a very fair question. Who may say, listen, you may be happy and glorified, and I want to be happy and joyful too. But I may be given only a few days or a few months or weeks to live. And unfortunately, I had one of my nice, wonderful friends not alive, and he didn't realize he had prostate cancer and other things. Even one of my uncles just passed away last week. What do you say in that regard? Someone says, are you happy? And I'm mourning. Yet God says better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of mirth, because that will be our end. But you know something? I can give you every answer for everything that's there. But like the disciple said, silver and gold have I none. To the person who said, Lord, can you give me alms to the poor? Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have give I thee. In the name of Jesus Christ, rise up and walk. I can give you God by the grace of just telling you about him. I can give you hopefully hope, or to let you know that if the worst ever happens, whereby somebody has to go to sleep, rest from the labors, to be deceased, to pass away, I have the faith that God will give us back life again, not in a reincarnated form, but God will give us life again anew when He comes back in heaven to meet us. I have this hope and faith that it can get better despite how tough it's been. Look at things we've been through in this country. The Great Depression, the wars, the bombs. Isn't it wonderful to see that you've been through so many wars and calamities in the world? Nuclear. Look what happened to Japan. And yet we have such wonderful relations with Japan and using Japanese products and Japanese cars and they make very good quality stuff. Look what happened between China and Japan. And I pray that they continue to look at each other as brothers and sisters and say, hey, it's unfortunate what happened in the past, but we can work together. Look at Russia. Look at Germany. Look at all these countries. So many people's lives have been lost in some of those skirmishes and wars. And I will say this much. Wars would not be fought if there was not anybody funding it. But to say it again, what are the good things we have? I see people in Russia doing good things. And I heard at some point, America helped to build some of the structures in Russia back in the day. Is that true? Is it so hard to think of the good things? No, I'm just trying to make sure to get the right one. Because the videos, time goes on. But think of all the wonderful things we do have. We have cooperation, collaboration. It is so wonderful to see people of different skin color, skin tone, hugging each other. Look at me, I'm brown. You saw the videos when I first made it just 3-4 months ago? I was like this color. Now I'm like this color. I'm Godiva chocolate. I'm crispy. But you know what it is? You gotta laugh at yourself too. If you have a sense of humor, you got a good blessing right there. If you know to laugh and not take things so seriously, you got something there. Because there are a lot of things you be sad about and upset about. But does it change anything? If you're angry about it, you can speak up. You should voice it, but not to harm anybody or give them any curse or bad thing that would dishonor God and hurt them too. We have a lot to be thankful for, no matter how bad it is. Still, I honestly mean that. Because think about it. If I was to get cancer, and I wish, but God, I don't have it, and one of our sisters did pass away with cancer a few months ago. It hurts, it's painful. I don't want to see anybody lost, anybody gone. And I've lost 20 people from growing up until now. I've seen 20 people get lost, even our parents and grandparents and other, what I'm talking about. I want to say I mean you and me, to see all these things happen, and yet we have to endure it still. Life goes on. Right now, somebody's been buried somewhere. Somebody's fighting for life right now, and some child has been born. Life is going on. And just to see that beauty, that potential spark happen when the sperm meets the egg, gives me hope. To be able to hear sound and to see things. It gives me hope, And you've seen some of the videos. I'm trying to keep the videos uplifting and positive in the sense that we need to understand, even when I do speak against the bad things I see, it's because I know we can do so many good things if we yielded ourselves to God the way we're supposed to. We can do so many wonderful things. But somebody or some people, some entities that keep trying to tell us, no, don't bother. It's like a losing battle. I don't believe that. So I'm not going to go on long with this. I want you to finish it. Tell me in your comments. Tell me in the comments, as bad as you have it, as bad as your life is, like for instance, suppose you're a child being trafficked. Oh Lord, is that anything good in that? We're aware of it. Can people be motivated to do and fight that? Suppose somebody's kidnapped. Can we fight for that and do that right? Listen, there's so much bad that has happened in the world and it has not gone unnoticed or it has not gone, say, on deaf ears. I believe there are people, agencies, and forces trying to do that, but they may not have the means or the funds or the ability to go there and get it. Because I saw a video of the one, I think there was, what's it called recently? Something for freedom. And they had to go in there into an area where it's like a gang-infested area. They had to go on a rescue, Cry for Freedom, I think it is. Rescue a trafficked brother and sister who were gave a false promise of being of going into show business and riches and stuff, and they were stolen from their father and parents, and they had to go search for them. And the kids were abducted and bad things happened to them. They were sodomized and raped and other stuff happened. And they had to go there and rescue them. And by the grace of God, they managed to rescue them. But some parts they couldn't. They had to go places where the police wouldn't even want to go because the weaponry were too advanced that the criminals had. Wow. But the story ended well in that they actually did go there. Do you know humans? Hear me out. As tough as it is, and people say, "You're not helping." Hear me out. Humans can do so many wonderful, heroic things when pushed to the limit and to the brink. You've heard of people lifting cars off of people, and they don't know how they get that superhuman force. Look at the frame and the skeleton, right? The muscles and the tendons and the sinews. Humans can do amazing things if given the ability and the situation warrants it. We're not indestructible, but I think the Spirit of God that's in us, like it was in Samson, has not gone. If God said I changed not, that means God has the ability to give it to us again. So when you see me asking, Lord, can I have more power for this stuff? I would love that power to come, not just for me, but for all of us. Understand? For me to say this, I'm trying to be, and I believe I am, unselfish. That's a gift of its own. To be unselfish is a gift. For you to be looking at this and taking time out to watch this, that's a gift also of taking time out to say, I'm gonna give it a courtesy to watch it. Whether you're watching to give me likes or to see views, some of it gonna be copyright, some of it may work. I mean, honestly, at this point, it's like I just make them because I want to reach you guys and reach and talk, because I listen to the videos. I told you, right? I want to make sure to reach you guys and let you guys know there is hope. Despite what you see happening around you, how bad it is out there. Never give up. Never comply. I want to say compromise. Never comply with bad decisions that will dishonor God in your name and your family and destroy your body. Never compromise your principles on God. Despite how bad it is, you got to hold the line. You got to stand firm. Look at the beauty of things. We can do a lot of great things still. If you get that plane could be up in the sky so high and so far, and look how we started off with the Wright brothers and other people before who could barely get off the ground. We can do it. By the grace of God, we can do it. Space rockets going up here and there. Electric vehicles, electricity, power. We can do it by the grace of God. Okay, we can do it. So, in the sense that when I ask this question, is it saying, do you know how wonderful and fearfully made you are? Listen to the question. Do you know how wonderfully and fearfully made you and I are? Why do you think God said that? Because if we let God unleash his power within us, you will see the world turn upside down for a good way. And sometimes we may need to flip it upside down and get those bad people out, shake them out, and bring the good ones in place. So when I say that, I want you to answer that. Please, in the comments, tell me, do you know how wonderful and fearfully made you are? Let me see if you're listening. Let me see if you're there. And even if you don't say anything, I know God heard it. That's enough for me. So again, as I always tell people, don't live to please people, live to please him. Live to please your creator. That's all that matters in the end. He knows how wonderful we are. If he didn't, he wouldn't have made us. See? So, the way he made us, and even if the worst might happen, we might lose our life or other people's life, God will give it back. We stay faithful, we pray. Even the loved ones of the children who may have died, unfortunately, in bad accidents, calamities, and people have died there, who didn't have a chance to go there and to ask God for forgiveness and to beg for, to change their life, to repent. God will save them. I believe God will do that. God will do justly. Okay? So if we're doing bad, please, let's try and do good. If we're doing good, stay good. No time to compromise, no time to mess up. And those who may be a backslidden, never too late to start over. Say, Lord, please forgive me. Let's say prayerfully, humbly, Lord, can you please forgive me and let me try again? And so do. So do. So, as I'm saying, never give up. Never give up at all. It's like this. I hope this cat is familiar. Okay? He's using it as a prop. No, I'm just saying, as beautiful as wonderful this cat is, if I mess with her too much, she'll try to scratch my hand and fight me in a kung fu fight. But I like to mess with her because she's so amazing. She just showed up at the house. You see? She's getting testy already, see? So, but she's also very curious. You got blue eyes, girl? Blue eyes? Who gave you those blue eyes? You want to know what this is? This is the edge. Wait, you didn't even want to hear the comment. You just came looking. You don't know? This is the edge trimmer. This, I'm going to use this to cut the grass. The one that you keep eating. This, you see? Yeah. We got to have a conversation one day, you and the dog. But until then, let me end this video by saying, just research that. How wonderful and fearfully made you are. It's worth discovering. And take a look out your window. Take a look outside you. There's a lot of videos that have a lot of slideshows and stuff you can do. To put them all together, be wonderful to show people doing heroic things. Weightlifting, powerlifting, jousting, swimming, backstrokes, swimming this running marathon. I mean, come on, do I have to tell you? Do I have to show you? Even if you're a small little kid, if you say, look at your hands. Huh? Look at your face. Look, pick up something. Articulate your fingers. Look at your fingernails. Come on. There's so many things to be thankful for, no matter how bad it is. We will get sad days. We will have days of suffering and sorrow. We will. God said we will. This is how he feels it too. And he said, don't stay down. Get up. Get up and go. And pray and live a life that's pleasing to him. And he'll give it back to us in the end. So even if we lose it in this life, don't stop. Never stop doing good. Trying to clean this. Never stop doing good. Keep doing what you're supposed to, because life has to go on. We have to have hope no matter what. Okay? So keep doing it. God bless you all. Take care.